So, Babaji, this week we are hoping to discuss faith. It's a subject we've discussed before, but we were hoping to touch on it again. So, Baba, we thought we'd ask, when Babaji uses the term faith, what is faith when Babaji is referring to it, please?
What I have experienced, you have faith means you are fully confident of what you are doing, unmindful of the results. Like, for example, I told my mother I loved Swamiji. I will not regret whatever he is going to be. Because you never know the future when you are stepping into. At the age of 20, I was beginning my new life. Wanted to go and live in the ashram at the lotus feet of Shiva Balayogi, my Swamiji. And I had adopted him as my beloved, my guru, my father, mother, everything I had adopted. He did not tell anything. I saw him, fell in love. So that faith naturally set in because I loved him. Falling in love gives. So that is the faith. That faith gives you that much of confidence that what you are doing is the right thing, and come what may be, you will do that one. So that type of faith comes. Like if when you have faith, you will sit for meditation and you will be fully confident what the Master has asked you to do is the right thing. You will not give rise to any confusion, any doubt, even for a moment, for a fraction of a second. You will just do that one. Then results start coming. So that is why this faith is recommended. This is what the faith, one of the basic definitions of the faith means. Like when you have faith in the name of Guru, faith in the name of God, it can work wonders, as Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said. Means you have confidence that there is a God. Even though you may not have seen God, may not have experienced God, but when you begin with, you need to have that confidence. Even if the whole world criticizes, makes fun, there is no God and you are simply an idiot trying to do it. Okay, let me be an idiot, no problem, but I love God. There is a God for me. Means this world should not be able to confuse you, create any fear, any doubts, anything. So when I'm going to the ashram, I'm going. When I'm living there, I live there. So whenever anything happened, a couple of times, a few times at least, some people, they were close to Swamiji or they had developed some differences with Swamiji, then they used to try to brainwash me also. Don't you think all your youth is getting wasted? You are not achieving anything. What did you expect me to achieve? That I also should have become a guru or should have grown 2 horns on my head? What peace I am achieving, others may not notice. I am achieving. And first step when I came to ashram, I wanted to come to ashram, so thus by coming to ashram I had already achieved. And I wanted to come to my Guru Shiva Balayogi, so when I came to him, into his physical presence, I had achieved. So what else needed to be achieved? So when you want God, when you want to remember God, you already have achieved. You are remembering God. When you want to meditate, you meditate and you already have achieved. At least you are sitting with the Master and meditating. So that is the faith one needs to have.
Thank you, Baba. Babaji's spoken about faith in God. Through our senses, we can see Babaji, we can see things around us. How is it possible to develop a faith in God? We can't see God.
So that's what is important. Even if you are unable to see, you should be able to think, maybe there is something wrong in my vision. maybe some optical illusion has happened. Because one important thing, when you get to hear the talks or teachings of the great masters or scriptures, one important point they talk is all pervaded. Divine is everywhere, is all pervaded. Even as a youngster, I used to think, if the divine is all pervaded, how could the divine escape our vision? Cannot be. So, or maybe my understanding is certainly wrong about God. I need to know about God thoroughly, perfectly, then probably my problem would get solved. So something like that faith is necessary. Finally, how the faith works, whether God is appearing in front of me or not is no problem. I love God, I want God. That's it. If the whole world, let the whole world say there is no God. No problem if there is no God, no God. But for that reason, I am not going to stop loving God. I will love God. That type of firmness, polite firmness. If the whole world is saying that there is no God, you are unnecessarily believing in a God. No problem. That's no problem. There is no God. You say, let it happen, but I am going to continue loving God. I know there is a God. So for this, in the beginning, you don't have to have any practical experience at all. Simply your firm confidence. What you are doing, you will do it. See the world, most of the world, when they are into corrupted practices, wrong things like telling lies or robbing somebody, pickpocketing somebody, so on and on and on. When they do all these things, they do it with full confidence. They don't bother about results or anything, they do it. When such people have such faith in their work, why should we lose our faith in our work? We are going to believe God, it is there, and we are going to believe in meditation because the Master told. That's what Swamiji also used to tell. How did you decide that you will do 12-year tapa? He said, the Master Jangama Deva, he said that I have to do 12 years and I went on doing 12 years. I didn't question him. I did not question myself inside why I should be doing. I simply went on doing it. That is the faith. The same way we all continue. I have always told for faith, when you went to academic school first time, nursery, if you were learning a language like English, when the teacher wrote and said, this is A, this is B, you took it in complete faith and just did it. You did not question yourself or the teacher, why I should call this as A. There is no practical experience for me. I am not going to call this as A. You did not do that one. So in that case, you would never have learned anything. So this faith is the confidence you need to have in the beginning. And a systematic approach is there. The Master teaches, you do this one. Then at the end of tunnel, you will find the result. See, every day when we conduct this meditation, Zoom also, we tell, you relax. So relaxing is your job. Sitting in any comfortable posture, you have options. Sit in any comfortable posture. Keeping your back and neck straight. That you have to do. Keep your back and neck straight. And then gently close the eyes. Then concentrate your mind and sight in between eyebrows and just keep watching there. Further, I have not uttered any other word. And never tell you in between eyebrows, watch the God. I did not tell like that. Just watch in between eyebrows. And do not repeat any mantra. You follow this with full confidence. What you are doing is the right thing. Because this is a systematic approach. the day you are able to get rid of all thoughts and visions, then the secret is revealed. It is there. You have to see. I'm talking, I'm giving the clue. Consciousness of existence, I'm telling. Amongst millions of thoughts, there is a consciousness of existence which is not an imagined thought. It is the final truth. It is there. You are not able to see that because your attention is somewhere else. 100 students are sitting in front of the master is talking, but their attention is not there. They are thinking somewhere else. They have gone into some mall somewhere else, so they are unable to look into that truth. I am telling it is all pervaded. See whichever one is all pervaded. Which is the one? That is the God. Why they did call? They experienced. So we also experienced. You can also experience. Provided you need to take out your preoccupation with your imaginations. Or like this. In the beginning you need to have faith to do these things. Everybody does this without questioning. When they are introduced into robbing, a bad person tries to train another person to rob somebody. He tells you have to do like this, and he simply goes and does it. He doesn't question. So why should we question when we are doing the good thing? After all, we are not trying to rob somebody, we are not trying to abuse someone, we are just trying to correct ourselves. Unnecessary thoughts and visions are there. Temporarily, at least for some time, we are trying to get rid of them, make it quiet. That is all. We are not going to lose any $1 million that we might have. Anybody might have. So like that, faith is such an important thing which gives the self-confidence and induces you to keep going, work it out. Never lose faith. That's why Swamiji said important, you lose anything in the world is no problem. You lose property, you lose life also. You lose your physical body, no problem. But don't lose faith. The moment you lose faith, you are neither alive nor dead. You are useless. You cannot do anything, you cannot learn anything. You will not achieve anything. So that is so important about faith, confidence, understanding that we should do it. So many things. Suppose if a person has the scientific bent of mind, anything that is announced in the scientific world, though the thing may not come in that person's front immediately, though it may not be demonstrated, as astronomer watching through a telescope of so many hundreds and thousands of light years distance and declares that this is it and presents a paper, that has to be accepted with full faith and total confidence. You are not going to question, show me that 5,000 light years distance, then only I will accept. What you are telling is, cannot accept it. How to believe you that you really went to moon? Nobody asks, because they have faith in that science. So once you develop faith in such a thing in the system, without questioning you accept it. When you don't have faith in another system, you try to question. You ask me, you show me God, then only I will believe God, means I am ready to show. Are you ready to see? God is in front of you. You are not seeing man. So like that, it is there. So confidence is necessary. Faith is not a blind belief. Swamiji also said, just now you believe me, have faith, but you don't have to continue simply on my talk, on my teaching or telling. You do sadhana, what I am telling, you do like this, and then you see the truth. You will get to see the truth if you do like this. So you come to the laboratory, you get into the telescope and you then see, then you will get to see some celestial body, something beautiful that is happening, you will get to see. Like that only. That is the faith that is needed. So people need to understand faith is such an educational thing. If you have faith, you are educated. If you are educated, you will have faith. You will not question. And do it, and then you will see. I'm sitting here. If you can silence your mind in 1 hour, totally 1 hour, and then you will get to see. At that time, if you don't get to see, kill me then. I am ready. I am here. Then tell me. But provided you silence your mind first. So that faith needs to be there.
Thank you, Baba. Babaji spoke of self-confidence. How is that different to pride or arrogance, or can it grow into pride or arrogance?
No, pride or arrogance will refuse to have that confidence actually. They think they are rational, but they are really not intelligent. They simply have a belief system and try to be rational on that using some logic. Like if we try to see atheists and theists, when you reach the divinity, when you experience, both these theism and atheism loses its significance. In my opinion, both do not know the truth, both simply depend on some belief system, not the faith or confidence. And often they make it their ego and arrogance to belittle the other. Instead of going for the truth, they simply stick to that point just to belittle the other. That's what sometimes I have seen rational people. They consider themselves to be very intelligent and with certain logical points only. And then they try to say, there is no such thing called God. There is no such thing. Because they were unable to see it. Show me, they will say, okay, if you are ready to see, I can show you. That's what Ashtavakra told Janaka also. Remember, Janaka had the condition, can you make me self-realized in a moment that I sit on the horseback? And he said, you have to listen to my command. First you need to lose this arrogance that you are a king. You are not the one who will order me to teach you. You must pray to me to teach you. You will not order the master to make you self-realized. You will pray, you will surrender. You will fold your hand, you will pray. So you come down the throne first, give it that throne to me. I will be the king and you become the ordinary citizen. And I will order you what to do. Then you must do that one. Otherwise I can drown you if you don't do what I am going to tell you. He sat on the horseback, Ashtavakra, and he asked the king to pull that horse on walking. So throughout he went on teaching. Now while doing this you must listen to me. If you don't listen, I will whip you. You just listen. Throughout he went on listening. Then finally he commanded, quiet, become quiet. Then he became quiet. Then he could get into that samadhi and the self-realization. Not until then. If he had as long as he was the king, he was not getting into that self-realization because the arrogance was there, but no self-confidence was there. Ego was there, faith was not there. So he was not listening to everybody's discoursing or teaching properly. And then without reasoning properly whether he was wrong or the teacher was wrong, he was drowning the teacher in the rivers. See, this thing was happening, that Ashtavakra that told him on the way going, do you know what wrong you were doing? Without trying to know the truth, without trying to bother the proper systems, you did not pay attention, but you blamed your guru. He said, whoever tried to teach you, you blamed that. But you are not learning because you did not pay attention. You Your attention was that you were a king. That arrogance was there and you did not learn it. But how could you drown that guru? For no fault of that guru. You should have drowned yourself because you did not listen to the master. You stayed with me 15 years, you stayed with me 5 years, you did not listen to my teachings properly. It's not my fault. And you are blaming me that I am not self-realized. It's not my fault. It's your fault that you did not learn anything in these 15 years and 5 years. You never had any that confidence at all. You had your own ego, you had your own arrogance. So these people who have ego and arrogance, they really don't have proper faith and confidence. That confidence, that is why a guru-disciple relationship is recommended. It should be like a mother and the child. Child feels so confident on the laps of a mother, so secure. Nobody had told. Simply, consciously started becoming aware of the surroundings. It picked up, this is mother, ma, and it developed that confidence naturally. It feels so secure. It did not get to read any scripture, any Upanishad, to know that this is my mother and this is my secure. How did it come? Simply faith. It developed that faith naturally within itself, within such a small age. That natural innocence. That's what Swamiji used to tell. If the Bhakti Marga and spirituality start when they are small kids, if they are not exposed to the outside world. But today, it's not easy to teach kids also. They are so much exposed to the games of videos and this and that, everything. And they don't want to learn, hardly. But what Swamiji felt was the right thing. He used to give examples of Prahlada, Dhruva, who come in the ancient scriptures, their stories. They picked up such devotion in the childhood itself. And they exercised such confidence and faith in the midst of such an opposition. Prahlada's father, Hiranyakashipu, was a dreaded, ruthless personality, a demonic personality. He wanted to kill his own son because of his faith, but his faith never was shaken at all. His confidence was all the time. The story says he was put into the boiling oil, fire. He was pushed from the mountain top. He never lost any faith in the divinity, in the name that he was reciting, because that had come naturally with an innocence. So that is needed. So 50 years ago, when we went to the Master, there was an innocence of confidence and faith. Until today, we never lost, whatever Swamiji, because we never analyzed his behaviors or his utterances or his language or whatever he did or nothing. Everything we took it positively that he is trying to teach us. This is his way of teaching. So that confidence, that faith will see you through. If you cannot have that faith, then no God, no Guru can help you. You can never get into this. And you will be the loser. You will simply go on accusing the Master like Janaka used to accuse the Master and drown them. That was the condition. That is why Ashtavakra wanted him to come down the throne. That is the reason Swamiji used to tell, come to me as a devotee, not as a general, not as a royal prince, not as a businessman, not as a VIP minister. Just come to me as a devotee, then you will learn. Because all these people all came, we saw the general sitting with the Swamiji, royal people sitting with the Swamiji, but they did not learn. But they had this ego, that they could not sacrifice that ego. So one day, finally, when Swamiji pulled them up for some reason, they lost faith in Swamiji at all, and they left him. They had developed differences. Means these things all proved to be good lessons for us. When we watched that one, we were surprised. How could this person lose faith in his Guru? And he was so close, he used to be gossiping, talking so lovingly. He attended to Swamiji, provided all services. But today he says he is hurt and he is not happy with the master and he has lost confidence. See, if the faith is shaken, that's what people tell. My faith has shifted. That means you never have faith at all. If you had faith, that can never be shaken. Faith is such a thing that gives you confidence, which no power on the earth or anywhere can shake it. Not even the Guru can shake it if you have that faith. No change happens. No matter 100 people try to brainwash you, it will be there. So we just laugh and smile. People who get brainwashed and lose faith, they were not fit. They never had any faith at all. They were simply sticking a little bit from outside and they fell down quickly, easily. So that's what the faith and confidence is. Such an important topic. You can take up this topic any number of weeks, any number of questions. We can discuss and so many things will come out probably. Always I tell that whatever I talk, it is only for educational purpose. My experiences, what I learned from my Guru, not directed against any individual or group of individuals, just for sake of education. Anybody who want to learn, they will be benefited. They don't have to give me any benefit at all. They will not help me anything. They will help themselves.
Thank you, Babaji. So, Babaji, does faith come through grace?
Both together work. When the faith comes, you have faith means your mind is not corrupted. You take it with innocence. Once that faith is there, that means grace had descended on you. Afterwards, we give the credit for the grace. Like now, all this time we were discussing how faith had come to me, how that confidence had come to me. I just told my mother, I don't know what he is, but what I know is I have fallen in love. I will not regret. Send me, simply bless me. I will go to Shiva Balayogi. I don't know what he is. That had sat firmly. For 50 years, for 20 years we saw, means as an observer also we saw, that never got disturbed. Even by Swamiji also, for any type of his behavior, if he had tested me also, that never got disturbed. So when this thing happened, now I would like to give the credit to the grace of the Divine Master. It was his grace. So that is the proper manners in this world that we were taught. Faith and grace as we talk. But often people expect, if they don't have faith, the grace was not there, that is why the faith did not come. It's not like that. Grace is always there. When we develop faith, then we give credit to the grace. That is how the grace and faith works. When you get graduated, somebody asks, you did very well academically, a wonderful person, then you would like to give credit to your elders, your parents perhaps, the inspiration you got from your teachers, from your elders. You would like to give credit. The grace of my parents' blessing, they inspired me, and my gurus, my teachers all inspired me. That was, now it works. You worked out. You had faith in yourself and confidence. You read and you did very well academically. But when it comes to giving credit, you won't, if you have the humility, you will not claim that, yes, I did myself. Nobody, no grace was there from anybody. It was me who read. Nobody will talk like that. A person of humility We'll always give credit to elders, to the parents, like that. No. So it's my Guru's grace. Today when we talk, when we teach, we don't claim that I did my sadhana, I did my tapas. No, it's the grace of my Guru, that I am in front of you all as a teacher today, able to answer your question because of the grace and blessings of my Guru, Shiva Balayogi. That's why I am here. So that is the humility. Automatically it will come if you are really educated. If you don't have that humility, means that person is never educated. Only for namesake he became a general, or he became a royal person, he became a graduate, he became a prime minister, anything. But that person never had really faith or confidence, or never really got educated at all. After reaching that stage, after spending so many years with the master, how can you lose faith? Means you never had that education at all, you never had the faith properly. So that's important. So that grace is always there. You have to raise the sail to receive that grace. You have to build the dam to receive that grace. That's how the master said, you need to have faith. Swamiji said, you have the faith and recite the name of Guru, the Guru will have to bless you. He will be left with no choice. That is the concept that's given in the mythological stories. Sometimes even the demons, they tell the person was demonic because he had such desires to obtain powers in the world, become ruling the entire world, conquer all the worlds, this type of things. So, but they did tapas, means they focused, concentrated on that divinity's form, on that mantra. Because they did the tapas, the divine had to appear, it says. Divine had to come in front and had to give those boons that were asked. But because there was an arrogance and ego in that demonic person, he failed to achieve the absoluteness, a self-realization, a total divinity. Instead, he asked for powers. Any demon stories that we get to see. So for some time they could go with those powers. Then finally they got defeated by the divine. So that's always we need to have a confidence or a faith will always be minus the arrogance. If arrogance and ego is there, that faith is not a faith, that confidence is overconfidence actually. That's what happened. That's why Swamiji said, even if God comes in front of you and offers anything that He can give you, refuse. You tell that you want only God. Idiot, that is the final absolute. Instead of asking for one factory, you ask for the factory owner. He can give you any number of factories for you. Any number of supermarkets for you can be given by Him. You just want one chocolate shop. So that is the effect of confidence, faith, ego and arrogance. Person who has ego and arrogance, he will simply end up asking some boons.
Baba, is faith all we need? I've sometimes heard people say, I have great faith in Baba and that's all I need. I don't need sadhanas too hard for me.
If they have faith, they will do sadhana. If they don't want to do sadhana, that means they don't have faith, they simply claim. It's just like bribing the master. If you have, then other thing, in other words, if we see, say for example, somebody says, I have faith in Baba, I don't need to do sadhana. You don't do sadhana and you keep waiting for 55,000 life cycles. You keep that faith. No problem, but never try to blame. You are telling that you have faith. If the self-realization gets delayed for 55,000 life cycles, can you maintain that faith for yourself? You keep that faith yourself. It will come. If not today, it will come after 55,000 life cycles. It will definitely come if you have faith. But it's a matter of time. When do you want it? You want it now, or you want to be roaming in this, aimlessly in this forest of the world for 55,000 life cycles, keeping your faith? If you have faith, you will simply do what the Master is asking. Master is asking, you just need to have faith and you don't have to do anything like that. He never teaches. He is teaching you have faith and you do sadhana. Have faith to do sadhana. Have confidence to do sadhana. These sentences are so important. Babaji said you have to have faith in the Guru, but when you have faith, you have to chant the name of the Guru also. That is the sadhana. If you chant with that faith, your mind will be on the mantra. That is the sadhana. That sadhana must happen. Otherwise, keeping the faith, I have faith means, what is that meaning? Do you mean that I have faith and even if I don't do anything, Babaji will give me self-realization in this life itself? It is not this pen that I give it to you without you doing sadhana. Sadhana will automatically happen when you have faith. You do sadhana because you had faith. You have faith and thus you do sadhana. That is important. When you sit down and do meditation, at that time you have faith.
Baba's given us exercises where we can try to increase our concentration. Are there exercises to increase faith? Is there a way of increasing faith, Baba?
If you do the exercise with total faith, means you will adopt the right technique. Then that will increase the faith, definitely. It will make it more solid. So that's how things happen. So we loved the Master, went to his ashram, and never tried to analyze him and never tried to bother about anything else. Simply we loved, that's it. That is the faith. It was always there. So that went on increasing that faith, because our mind was not trying to analyze like a half-baked beans in any way. So those people who try to analyze, they are all half-baked beans and they lose confidence very soon. But if they have that confidence and faith, they simply follow the technique, what the Master teacher. You all sit for meditation, it is your job to concentrate in between eyebrows and just keep watching is your job. Go to any master, any god, any power, this you will have to do it. They won't do it for you. They won't say, okay, you just keep doing disco dance and I will meditate for you. Priests can do the Chandi part, I will do it, and you can, householders keep gossiping and finally they will pay some dakshina to the priest. The priests are doing jump. You have to concentrate on those sadhanas. When the havan is done, you have to sit and do sadhana. You have to concentrate. Otherwise, simply if you think that I can be doing anything, I am giving dakshina to this panditji, he has to do. So I am giving like that, it doesn't work. So faith is such an important thing. You will do sadhana also automatically.
Thank you, Baba. Babaji, we've had some questions sent in, and as always, we would normally invite people to raise their hands also. Could I please ask the questions first while people are busy setting that up?
Yes, you can read those questions.
Thank you, Baba. Baba, there's a question from Jyoti Shankar. Is it important to have initiation from Baba? Or can I simply practice the technique as given in the classes? Or do I need to be initiated before I come into the classes itself?
See, like if you are able to participate in this Zoom class also, in the beginning when I make you all to sit for meditation by giving the instructions, so you can consider that as an initiation. And then it is you to have that faith and confidence, understanding the right adaptation of technique and continue. Like in Kabir Das story, he was never formally initiated by his guru. His guru refused to initiate him. You are not fit. You belong to a low caste. You go away. I cannot initiate you. So he was lying on the ground, on the steps, when the guru had to walk for a bath in the holy Ganga Ganges. When he stepped on Kabir Das, then the guru uttered Ram Rama. That Kabir Das took that as an initiation and adopted for himself to chant the name of Rama, and he achieved it. So that became an initiation. So initiation is not that physically I have to be present and touch your forehead or any such thing. It is your faith, your humility with confidence that you accept. When I instruct, you accept it as an initiation. Just go ahead.
Thank you, Baba. Babaji, Satchitana Ray has written in his Master's Grace, quotes, Babaji once said, the dust of his lotus feet led me to the bridge and across the ocean of samsara. Why is samsara is mostly recognized as an ocean? And how does faith help us cross it?
It is symbolically. Another word that is used is bhava sagara. You see, the bhava means your bhava, feelings in the mind, the thoughts and visions that create such a big world we tell. And that creates, it's like a big ocean, and you don't have any means to cross the ocean. It is such a difficult thing, dreaded with crocodiles and all such things. That is why symbolically it is mentioned as the ocean. Otherwise the actual ocean may not have anything to do here. It is your mind's feelings. Samsara means the bondage that you would have binded yourself into the imagination of this world. So it is symbolically only mentioned as a ocean, bhava sagara, samsara sagara. That's what it is.
Thank you, Baba. And one last question that's been sent in before we go to the people with the raised hands. From Kishore Nair, Hari Om Babaji, I get up very early in the morning and have a quick shower and then meditate for an hour. But while meditating, I feel hungry. How do I overcome that, please, Babaji?
Take a little bit of food so that you don't fall asleep and then meditate. That is all the solution. But when you are hungry, don't give out into the craving to eat too much of noodles or mihu or any such thing. Eat a little bit and then sit for meditation.
Babaji, what is sacrifice and how is it significant?
So many meanings can be there. One of the thing is what Bhagavad Gita talks of Tyagat Shantiranantaram. When you sacrifice, only you have peace. Means whatever is bothering your mind, in the mind, if you sacrifice that, then you have peace. Can be as simple as that one. Another worldly meaning we can take is, see, you need to achieve a certain thing, either academical qualification or a project work in your job. Then you may have to sacrifice going to the mall. This is an example I am giving just as an example, symbolically. Like that, if you want to achieve one thing, you may have to sacrifice another thing. If you want to come and sit with Babaji in the meditation, you may have to sacrifice going out on a walk in the road. You have to sit here. So that is what is the sacrifice. So you set a priority, which one you want. You want to sit with Babaji and meditate, you set that priority, then you have to sacrifice other things at that time. So that's how we have to understand. Mentally, if you sacrifice anything that is bothering, that is all you need to.
Thank you, Babaji.
Pranam Babaji and Happy New Year, everyone. Babaji, I was just wondering, is there only one definition of faith? Because you say that a faith is developed through daily sadhana and meditation, but someone else told me that faith or self-confidence comes from like a string of successes. So what is the correct definition of faith?
Both it can be. You see, first faith is important. It doesn't come with successes, because you will not put an effort at all if you don't have faith in yourself. That is the basic definition. Faith and confidence in the beginning itself is needed. That is one important basic. Other definitions come afterward. When success comes, that's when people try to see, I don't have faith, give me some experiences, then I will understand, I will develop more faith. Faith will not come. If you don't have faith, you will never put an effort and you will never get into any experience. So that is the first and good definition.
My other goal was, is there like a difference between worldly and spiritual goals? Like, can you tell us a bit about that?
Both are totally different. In the world, you would like to achieve worldly things, any status, any object matter, any such thing. Spirituality is achieving the awareness of your real self. The two are different poles apart, actually.
In understanding the technique of steadying the eyes, the difference between having eyes open and steadying on a single point, as opposed to closing the eyes and steadying in between the eyebrows, is that with the eyes open, there's an anchor. There's something that you're looking at, and with the eyes closed, you're not looking at anything.
Yeah, that is why this meditation is the highest technique. Without any anchor, you have to give the eyeballs a practice to remain still onto one point. No point is given, yet you have to still. Then only it will still the mind also, without holding into any anchor. Otherwise your mind will be stuck there. Like there are some methods, some people try to practice opening the eyes also to concentrate on a candle or any such thing, which is known as a trataks. It is the practice of concentration, but soon one has to give up that object also. Otherwise the mind also will be stuck into the candle. Always the candle will be there in the mind. So that is why we keep telling, even if you are unable to locate the center in between eyebrows, when you close the eyes, just watch the front portion. Even if it is dark, watch that darkness. Then steadily after some time, in due course of time, eyeballs will stop and become still there. Once it becomes still, it will automatically starts coming to one direction, both of them. Then it will strongly can withdraw the mind and hold on to one-pointedness. Then the mind will get cleared easily, and going introvert becomes simply easy, because mind is not holding to any anchor at all.
Is the steadying and the watching the same thing? The eyes, when the eyes are steady, then they're watching?
Yes, you use the eyeballs when they are steady, automatically you are able to watch to a singleness.
Pranam Babaji. My question is, what is the difference between faith and trust? Are they one and the same or different?
Same, I think it is. Usually in spiritual terminology, faith is the word that is used. In other worldly matters, so when you are talking to me, like I will tell, by in dialogues it comes, but I need to know that I can trust you, that you will cook the right things for me. So that way that is used. But in spiritual terminologies, usually faith is the word that is commonly used. But both are same meaning. You need to trust yourself that you can do meditation.
Thank you, Babaji.